Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tapping with Mel. I'm so excited to be joined by my guest today, Wendy Hamm. Wendy is a member of the Tapping Into Your Big Vision members community. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen that I shared some really lovely clips of Wendy at the retreat in Cornwall. And I've seen Wendy's transformation over this past year, and every time I see her on a Zoom call, she just makes me smile. She really just makes me just so excited for what's happening in her own life. And I wanted to bring her story to this episode today. So, Wendy, I'm just going to hand over to you, let you introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about you and what it is you do.
Hello, I'm Wendy, as Mel's just said. I've got a business called Energy Therapy with Wendy B. I'm a EFT practitioner, Reiki practitioner, animal Reiki practitioner. But I'm concentrating on the EFT because it's helped my life so much and still is.
And yeah, so Wendy has, so Wendy's kind of been moving through some business transition stuff and stuff that we've been working on. It's stuff that came up kind of during the retreat in Cornwall, but also more clarity and more direction about where she's heading in this next chapter of her life. Now, I've been talking a lot about this whole next chapter on recent webinar I did. I've got another one coming up this Monday, so I'll pop all the links below later. But what I'm sensing is that there's a lot of people, women especially, who just, through whatever's happened in their own lives, mine included, I put myself here, that you go through all this stuff in your life. We go through various chapters, we go through motherhood, we go through marriages, and we have other things to deal with. I know Wendy and I, we have elderly parents that still very much we have to look after and deal with. and it kind of impacts what we're able to do, but it also kind of, it gives us stuff to release and to let go of, and maybe think, actually, do you know what, I want to do something different. Or when you get a clarity, you suddenly get this aha moment. So Wendy recently had an aha moment around focusing more on the EFT, but in particular with helping people with their eyesight. Is that right?
That's it, yes. I've had eyesight issues for a long time. I've got a condition called keratoconus, which is conical cornea, and I had the cornea graft in 1996. And since then, I've had hospital appointments every so often, and I have to wear contact lenses because of the shape of my corneas. And also, about 18 months ago, I was diagnosed with a cataract in my left eye. And I know it's one of the most common operations you can have, but I just did not want the operation. Anyway, last year, my mum had a lot of health issues. And at the time, she lived 150 miles away, and I was spending all my time racing up and down the motorway. I thought, I can't have hospital. I can't deal with it. So anyway, halfway through last year, she moved up here and she's in a care home near me. So that's a lot better for me. Anyway, I thought I'd go back to it. Went back to the hospital. They re-referred me again because I'd cancelled my original appointment. Anyway, beginning of this year, I took part in a clinical trial for using EFT for eyesight issues. And I thought, well, I can't lose anything, can't do any harm. And it's tapping on a different emotion each week. Because the idea is we hold emotions in our eyes. Now, if somebody's angry, their eyes, you can see in their eyes. If somebody's
they call it the red mist, don't they?
It's a red mist.
Yeah.
If they're excited, they're all nice and sparkly.
Yeah.
Anyway, about halfway through, we were tapping on anger. And I thought, I'm not an angry person, but I'm doing a trial, so I better do it. Anyway, I had shifts. I didn't realize I was angry about a certain situation in the past. And then I noticed that the symptoms I had for the cataract, it disappeared. One was driving in the dark, because the headlights coming towards me, it looked as if there was a jagged halo around the edges, and it's just too disorientating to drive. So that really limited what I did last winter. And also, I couldn't, even looking at my phone, I had to hold my phone right up to my face to see it if I didn't want to wear reading glasses. I thought, oh, I can see that better. I still need the glasses. I still need reading glasses.
Mm.
But those symptoms, I'm far better than I was.
And it's
And
stuff you
then a
can
couple of,
continue to work on, isn't it?
oh, definitely, all the time.
Yeah. And I
Tapping
think,
on my eyesight is now part of my daily tapping regime
and
because
you
it's so
know,
important to me. And if I can stop my eyesight getting worse, and I've done a lot of research since I've got interested in this, and there's several people in the tapping world who, in their 60s, 70s, they don't need glasses, or the trial I did was based on one that Carol Look did in 2005, and she's one of the original master
yes, yeah, yeah.
people. Um, and her eyesight hasn't worsened since she did this trial in 2005. So it's nearly 20 years she's had the same prescription.
Well, it's incredible the stories we can tell ourselves about our health. And I
Yes.
think I shared this on one of our members' calls that when I turned, I think 40, I just went for a general checkup, had an eyesight test, and again, just looking to see if I needed reading glasses or not. And I remember them saying to me at the time, nope, you don't need them. You'll probably find that you'll need them around the age of 45. So I find it very interesting that was kind of almost like programmed into me
Yes.
that you turn 45, you're going to need reading glasses. And I thought at the time, I thought, do you know what? I'm sure he didn't mean to do it. Again, it's just
We've all told that, aren't we? Your eyesight. Well, that's one of the chapters, one of the
yeah,
sessions,
yeah.
getting rid of that
You're
belief that
just
your eyesight's going to get worse.
exactly. So I did that in that moment. I thought, do you know
Yes.
what? Thank you for your feedback, but
Yes.
I choose not to be programmed in that way. So lo and behold, I'm 48 now and still don't need reading glasses. And I'm going to just continue with that
That's
belief.
it. It's the belief. That's with anything with EFT, isn't it? Just change your belief. Get rid of those limiting beliefs, which I
Which
got rid of a
does.
lot when we were on the retreat.
Yeah.
I can't believe what I got rid of there. Three
Right.
days.
Let's take this back to you because I could talk about
Sorry.
tapping and healing all day long. And it is amazing. You know, it's just something
Yeah.
just to be aware of, anybody watching this. Just be just challenge the beliefs you have around your health and challenge the beliefs you have around your ability to self-heal as well. We're amazing healing machines, whether it's eyesight, whether it's hay fever, you know, I talked about that recently, headaches. And it's almost like the more minor the condition, we feel that, do you know, that feels more believable that I can cure myself or heal myself. But when we start even thinking about maybe bigger health challenges, just start just exploring the beliefs you have around your ability to heal. So that's all I'll say on that for now. But if you would like to get in touch with Wendy about you know, working with her, I'll put details on how you can connect with Wendy below on, you know, tapping to help with the eyesight, because I think this is going to be an incredible program that you're going to launch, Wendy, and I'm so
I'm really
excited.
excited. I really am excited. I think I've needed this all my life because
Yeah.
I've
So
let other
tell us,
people. Sorry.
so
I
tell
was
us what you were about to say just now about what you let go of. Literally in Cornwall and even over this past year. What have you?
this past year, past few years, I probably got into tapping 2019.
Mhm.
Since then, it's just started off watching YouTube videos and then tapping with various people. And you think you've cleared it and you get down another level. So it's incredible how deep
Yeah.
you can go and things you think you'll never get rid of, and you do. And I think what I really got rid of was the belief that, or just letting other people control me and doing things because that's what other people say I've got to do.
Yeah. And these people, they can even be the people we love the most in our lives, you
That's
know, like
it. They mean well.
our
There's certain
parents, our
people.
mothers.
Yeah, yes. My mother, I'd never tell her. She did everything in her best intentions, but oh, I'm the little sister. So, oh, my older sister can do that. You can't do that. You get your older sister to do it.
Yeah.
She
And
meant well, never dearly, but
can I share the the bag story from the
Yes,
retreat as
yes.
well. So this is quite a funny story. And again, this may seem like quite a simple story, but there's quite a lot in this. So when we were on the retreat in Cornwall, we had an afternoon in Boscastle, and I drove some people down in my car. So Wendy came in the car with me. And yeah, you take over. What happened next?
I had a really big bag. It's partly I should have taken a smaller bag with me as well, because I was traveling by train. I had this big bag. And I took my coat. It's a nice afternoon, but I took my jacket and I took my bag. And people said, "Why have you got that big bag?" I said, "I need it." And then I noticed that one of the others was just carrying her phone and her purse in her hand. So I just had this moment, thought, I'm going to do that. So I left my stuff in Mel's car and I just walked around carrying my phone. I just felt so liberated.
And where had the story around needing all this stuff come from?
Well, it's my mother, mainly her, making
Yeah.
sure I'm prepared. And I was also a Beaver Scout leader for 9 years. So I had all these little 6 and 7-year-old boys that I had to have the stuff for. So
And I
but
guess
I
it's
left
big.
that 20 years ago. I left that 20 years ago. So I was
Yeah.
still carrying that. So that was a massive thing for me.
Yeah. Just to feel lighter that, and I think
Yeah.
it's just kind of, and I think it's just kind of recognizing what stuff did your mum tell you that you had to do? What can you actually now let go of? So yeah, so Wendy did a lot of release work, and you got under the waterfall, didn't you? You washed it all away.
I love that. Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, I
So,
haven't booked yet, but I definitely want to go again next year.
oh, amazing.
Definitely.
There's a space with
Yeah.
your name on it, Wendy. So yeah,
Thank you.
this next year's retreat is all about even stepping up into
Yeah.
our visibility and our purpose. And I'm really kind of, this is about the peacock element, the whole site, there's peacocks everywhere. And the peacock symbolism is about really just revealing your feathers and shining your light and just being the biggest, but the brightest, most visible version of you. And we touched upon this just before the call, didn't we, Wendy, about how, you know, I feel personally my mission as a coach is to help women to step up, to be more visible, to do the thing they always want to do, not necessarily with just having a business, but I think having a business or maybe monetizing a skill or showing your art to the world or your writing, your gifts and talents. That's what I mean by stepping up into more visibility, because I feel that there are so many people in the world, women especially, who, because of their past, because of the stories, because of past relationships, that they've kind of kept themselves small in some way, hidden. And I really see you, when you first joined the membership community, you were quite quiet on calls. You were always there, you showed up, and I think that's been part of your success, the fact that you did show up, even though you didn't say much at the beginning.
It's just
And
taking part because there's so much support community. It's just a wonderful place to be. It really is.
and
Yeah.
you've just revealed more and more of yourself, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And even we talked about, hair color and just
Yeah.
having that, just having, coloring our hair is a form of
Last time I just had
self-expression.
to have it brighter.
Yeah,
I
it's a
went,
form of
usually I just have the
self-expression.
same thing, or
Mm.
my
Yeah.
hairdresser says, "Do you think it might be an idea to do this?" She's very good.
Mm.
But the last time I said, "I need it brighter."
Good for you. And I think when it comes to self-expression, this is in how we dress. This is,
Yes.
even wearing makeup. This is
Yes.
thinking, oh, do you know what? I've never worn that color before. Let's experiment. It's just letting go of what other people may think about how we decide to show up in the world. And I think unique self-expression is just such a beautiful thing. I was saying to Wendy just before the call that I love it when I see women in like their 70s and 80s and they've got bright blue hair or pink hair. And it's just amazing because they don't give two. I think by the time you get to that age, you don't give two hoots anymore what anyone thinks.
You don't.
But there are a lot of people who do. And these are the people I'm hoping that Wendy's example and, just what we're sharing today is going to help women to just think, do you know what? I think it's jolly well time I expressed myself the way I wanted to. I want to. What do you think about that?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Because all my life I've done as I was told and done what's expected of me. when I think what I've missed out on. So, I mean, I'm 63, so hopefully I've got another 20, 30 years, but you don't know.
And we should just
So if
make
I
the
went
most of it.
tomorrow, I want to be proud of what I've achieved. And yeah,
100%. Well, it's definitely not going to be tomorrow, Wendy.
no.
You've got a lot of people's
I've got too
eyesight.
much to do.
Too much to do. Lots of people with their eyesight to help cure and heal. So because this show is called Tapping with Mel, obviously we're going to do a round of tapping. So I asked Wendy in advance, what would you like to tap on? And let me just pull it up here. So so Wendy said about tapping for confidence, just to move forward with this idea. I think maybe not just this course, but with just this next chapter. She's done so much groundwork already, but this is going to be like your personal little tapping script to on the days when, because we're going to all have days and think, oh, I don't know if I can do this, but that extra boost of confidence, say, do you know what, I can do this, I'm going to do this, I don't care what you think, I'm just going to move forwards anyway. And I think a round of tapping like that could benefit so many people.
Thank
So
you. That sounds brilliant.
Is there anything else you want to add to that, Wendy?
No.
Okay. So just tell me how you're feeling right now about launching this new business into the world.
Mostly excited
Mm-hmm.
because it's something I'm really passionate about, because so I've had eyesight issues all my adult life, thinking, oh, I can't, I've got this condition, so I can't see clearly and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that actually I can improve it. Okay, it's not going to get 100% better, but any improvement, it's got to be good, especially if it doesn't get worse. And I don't think I mentioned, don't know if I mentioned, but I had the hospital appointment a couple of weeks ago, and they commented how healthy my eyes looked.
Amazing.
And I can't remember them ever saying that. And I think that's because I got rid of the stress out of my eyes, because thinking about it throughout this time last year, I was under a lot of family stress. So it's not surprising. I had to store it somewhere. So
Yeah.
I
And
obviously
we've all got different
we've all got
places.
things. Yeah.
I truly believe that, we all have our own kind of weak spots in our
Yes,
bodies.
definitely.
And when we are under any sort of stress, if it's like even immune stress or, get some sort of virus or something, it attacks that part of us, which is already a little bit compromised anyway. So anything
Definitely.
we can do to support any weakness, and of course, eyes and aging is very, very common. So
Yeah.
so
It's everyone, it affects everyone. So
so I'm really
young
excited.
people can do it to hopefully stop their eyes deteriorating. Older
And
people who've already got bad eyesight can do it to halt it getting worse, and hope eventually improving it, which would be brilliant.
absolutely, because I remember
There's no end to it.
it's very interesting actually, because my brother and I, we both had, remember the school eye tests when you're
Yes.
at school and school nurse comes in. Anyway, my brother and I were both diagnosed with short-sightedness. Anyway, my brother wore the glasses. I refused to wear them because they were these ugly, horrible NHS glasses. I just refused to wear them. Anyway, the interesting thing is my brother's eyesight continued to deteriorate, whereas my prescription stayed exactly the same. It's barely changed since I was first diagnosed when I was about 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Because I think we then just get used to the prescription, and then you go up again, particularly in those formative years when your whole body hasn't fully developed yet.
That's it. Yeah.
You then just keep, and now my brother has got, blind as a bat. He has
Yeah.
very thick glasses, and he has wears contacts as well. But yeah, so anyone with eyesight issues, contact Wendy.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
All
Anyway,
right.
I'm really, you asked me how I felt. I feel really excited about it. I think I've needed this for a long time. I need to do something to say, I'm Wendy, I'm here. This is what I can do. This is what I'm brilliant at.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, there's these little voices in my head saying, what do you think? Why do you think you can do it? And this will go wrong, or this can go wrong, or people might say this about it.
Let's tap that away. That's the
That
thing.
sounds excellent.
Yeah. So sometimes when we have an idea for a business, or or even I keep kind of feeling drawn to kind of art references. If you want to paint a painting or write a book, and then somebody says, I don't really like that. And it could be your well-meaning husband or your child or
Yes,
whoever. And that suddenly just crushes you in an instant. You think, oh, I thought that was a really good idea. But this person has said, so yeah. And sometimes it could be external voices, but sometimes it could be the internal voice as well. So let's
yes.
tap on both the external and the
Both,
internal.
definitely. That'd be brilliant. And
All
for
right,
it
then.
not to matter if
Yeah.
somebody says something, it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Perfect. Let's go
yeah.
for it, Wendy. All right.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay. Even though
Even though
I'm really excited about my new business,
I am really excited about my new business,
and I know it's going to help so many people,
and I know it's going to help so many people,
and I can't wait to get it out into the world.
and I can't wait to get it out into the world.
Despite that,
Despite that,
there's little voices of uncertainty,
there's little voices of uncertainty,
little voices of doubt,
little voices of doubt,
which on the whole I can deal with,
which on the whole I can deal with,
but I want to silence them completely
but I want to silence them completely
and go full steam ahead
and go full steam ahead
with my wonderful new business.
with my wonderful new business.
And even though
And even though
I'm really excited about doing this,
I'm really excited about doing this,
there's a tiny part of me
there is a tiny part of me
that wonders, who am I to be doing this?
that definitely wonders, who am I to be doing this?
Am I qualified enough?
Am I qualified enough?
Are there people out there who want this service?
Are there people out there who want this service? Could be wasting my time.
All those little voices.
All those little voices.
Despite those,
Despite those,
I choose to love and honor myself anyway.
I choose to love and honor myself anyway.
And even though
And even though
I'm so excited about moving ahead with this,
I am so excited about moving ahead with this,
I'm ready to let go
I am ready to let go
of all the little voices,
of all the little voices,
all the internal chatter
all the internal chatter
that might hold me back.
that might hold me back.
And I choose to deeply and completely
And I choose to deeply and completely
love, honor, and forgive myself
love, honor, and forgive myself
and anyone else
and anyone else
who may be contributing to this little chatter in my head.
who may be contributing to this little chatter in my head.
Okay. This little chatter in my head.
Got this little chatter in my head.
And sometimes it just taps me on the shoulder
And sometimes it's going to tap me in the shoulder
and say, who are you to be doing this?
and say, who are you to be doing this?
Do you think you're qualified enough?
Do you think you're qualified enough?
Do you think anyone's actually going to want to buy from you?
Do you think anybody's going to actually want to buy from you?
And maybe there's other little voices too,
And maybe there's other little voices too,
asking me if I'm good enough.
asking me if I'm good enough.
I'm recognizing that it's just a little voice.
I'm recognizing that it's just a little voice.
And I'm going to tell that little voice to shut up.
And I'm going to tell that little voice to shut up.
I'm going to say thank you to that little voice first before I tell it to shut up.
And I'm going to say thank you to that little voice first before I tell it to shut up.
Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you for the feedback.
But not today, thank you.
Say not today, thank you.
I know I am good enough.
I know I am good enough.
I know I do have what it takes.
I know I do have what it takes.
And I know I'm ready to do this.
And I know I'm ready to do this.
Because it's my time.
Because it's my time.
To step up.
To step up.
And to be of huge service to the world.
And be a huge service to the world.
I've been preparing for this all my life.
I've been preparing for this all my life.
And I am ready.
And I am ready.
And I've got no time to lose.
And I've got no time to lose.
There is work to be done.
There is work to be done.
And I'm ready for it.
And I am ready for it.
I'm ready to do the work.
I'm ready to do the work.
I'm ready to reveal myself.
I'm ready to reveal myself,
to show the world my true colours,
to show the world my true colours,
just like the peacock.
just like the peacock.
And I'm feeling good about this.
And I am feeling good about this.
My time for hiding is done.
My time for hiding is definitely done.
And I know by stepping up this way,
And I know that by stepping up this way,
I'm going to inspire others to do so too.
I'm going to inspire others to do so too.
Other people have been hiding away their whole lives.
Other people have been hiding away their whole lives.
Other people who've been told, no, you can't do it.
Other people who've been told, no, you can't do it.
This is not right for you.
This is not right for you.
Somebody else is better than this.
Somebody else is better at this.
So I'm helping all those people too.
So I am helping all those people too.
To not just see clearly through their eyes,
To not just see clearly through their eyes,
but to see with their third eye too.
but to see with their third eye too.
To see a vision of what's possible.
To see a vision of what's possible.
A big vision.
A big vision.
And as I help people with their eyesight,
And as I help people with their eyesight,
I'm going to help them with their bigger vision too.
I'm going to help them with their bigger vision too.
To see more clearly.
To see more clearly.
Metaphorically speaking as well.
Metaphorically speaking as well.
About all the areas of their life.
About all the areas of their lives.
Where they've been holding themselves back.
Where they've been holding themselves back.
And I'm ready to help people see more clearly.
And I'm ready to help people see more clearly.
In every sense of that.
In every sense of that.
And I'm excited for this.
And I'm excited for this.
Letting go of any remaining doubts.
I'm letting go of any remaining doubts.
Around what others may think.
Around what others may think.
Around others' opinions.
Around others' opinions.
And their feedback.
And their feedback.
I'm letting that all go now.
I'm letting that all go now.
Because I know I was sent down this path for a reason.
Because I know I was sent down this path for a reason.
And I'm excited for this.
And I am excited about this.
I'm ready for my next chapter.
I am definitely ready for my next chapter.
Feeling more and more confident.
I'm feeling more and more confident.
About how I'm going to show up.
About how I am going to show up.
In this next stage of my life. In the next stage of my life.
In the next stage of my life.
And the next stage of my business.
And the next stage of my business.
I'm ready for this.
I am ready for this.
Feeling good about this.
I'm feeling good about this.
It's full steam ahead.
It's full steam ahead.
Feeling more and more certain as each day passes.
I'm feeling more and more certain as each day passes.
More and more confident.
More and more confident.
I'm ready.
I am ready.
And I'm feeling great about this.
And I am feeling great about this.
I can do this.
I can do this.
I am so excited for this.
I am so excited for this.
And I am completely ready for this.
And I am completely ready for this.
In body, mind, and spirit.
In body, mind, and spirit.
A deep breath in. And exhale. Oh, nice big yawn there.
Oh, that was good. Thank you.
My pleasure. Oh, I love doing that. So,
Oh, I felt so emotional halfway through.
really,
Yeah.
What was coming up for you?
I think it was the thought that I can do it. I
yeah.
can push away those voices and the people in the past who said I can't. And
Yes.
my interpretation even of what people have said, it might not be what they meant, which I think a lot of it was.
A lot of us, we can misinterpret all sorts of things in our heads, can't we?
Yeah,
Somebody says something in one way and we've totally made up a different story in our heads.
Yes.
And I think if we can let go of the meaning we attach to stuff as well, I think it's going to free us up so much more.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So Wendy, I'm just as I said to Mahesha last week, I'm, it's just all part of the journey. It's a continuation. And I'm so excited for, what's to come and the next steps for you, Mahesha, and, everyone else in the community.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank you for showing up. You've just been wonderful. And I think the people who show up, who do the work, who participate, they get the results. And it's been really wonderful to watch you grow over this past
Thank
year.
you.
And
I
looking
think
forward.
the community's encouraged me. I mean, it's just such a wonderful community. Everyone's so supporting, and
We do
like
with all.
there's a few months last year where I was really in a bad place because of my mum's health.
Yeah.
But it was good for me just to turn up to the calls
Yeah.
and just knowing that everyone was there.
Yeah.
I mean, as things got better, then I've started joining in more and realizing that I've got to put myself further forward, and yeah.
And I think that is what life and communities are all about. No one has the perfect, love and light rainbows existence. We all have, peaks and troughs. We all go through good times and bad times, but it's just there. You know that when you are down there, it's not going to be for long, and you've got people to kind of lift you up during that time. So
yeah.
I'm so glad that you did have that support as well, because we have these little accountability pods, and I'm not in them. So I thought, oh my gosh, it sounds like,
oh, I've got a wonderful pod. They are just amazing.
it's fabulous. And I'm so pleased that they helped you. But thank you so much for sharing your story today.
Thank you for asking me.
And thank you
really
for
appreciate it.
thank you for your time. Thank you for being such a great member of the community. And really excited for what's to come for you. So thank you for joining me, everyone, on this episode of Tapping with Mel. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.